Hello everyone, welcome to Scorched Earth Toys at anymoon.com. Today I'm reviewing Toynami's VF-1 Superposable toys. These toys had a few different releases. The first major release in the US featured 5 different toys. It was the Cannon Fodder, Max and Miria VF-1Js, Hikaru/Rick Hunter's VF-1J, and Roy Foker's VF-1S. At events, they then sold a Battle Damage Fokker VF-1S or Fokker VF-1S and a VF-1D toy. They then did an international release which featured Miria's VF-1J again, the Roy Fokker toy again, Hikaru's VF-1J again, but also this VF-1A Max Genius, and then this VF-1A Hayao Kakazaki, aka Ben Dixon. Obviously, Japanese names, not my strong suit. So, that is all the releases in a nutshell. Every toy, regardless of the type of release, came with 3 optional hands, and the 2 that were on the toy in the packaging. You get the gun hand. You get a right-handed version of this hand here, and you get a right-handed fist. Or, I'm sorry, you get a left-handed fist. You do not get a right-handed fist, so you can't just have the toy with 2 fist hands, which is a little awkward. Alright, that's really all there is to these toys, so let's just go over their articulation, which obviously should be their strong suit. Now, you've probably noticed that the hips are splayed out pretty severely. The toy's almost doing the splits. There's nothing you can really do about that. Toynami later did a wave 2 of superposable toys, where the opposite is true. The hips are kind of stuck, going straight up and down. Somebody did not tell Toynami what superposable meant. So anyways, hips are splayed out. That's obviously going to limit what you can do with this toy. You're not going to get any sort of natural standing poses. You probably wouldn't even try. The hips do move, allowing for a huge range of motion, obviously. There's also a swivel point at the waist. And the wings are rubbery in the back. Well, the whole toy is pretty rubbery. In fact, it can be tacky to the touch. So that's kind of awkward, but the wings are rubbery in the back, so if you move the hip back, the wings will kind of give, which allows you a few more options. Knee joint goes way back, but it does not go forward at all, which, since this toy can't transform and doesn't have a gear walk mode, makes sense. The feet are a big letdown, and that there's very little articulation to them. The shoulders and arms have a good deal of articulation. You can go the whole circle. The shoulder piece is kind of separate, so you can do what you want with it. Swivel point right below the shoulder. Joint at the elbow. Lets you get pretty good range of motion there. Okay, head turns back and forth, but does not go up and down. Not incredibly posable. Head lasers don't do anything. So there's that. So the strength of these toys are kneeling, firing their gun poses. That's what you can do with these toys. That's generally hard to do with other toys. Any other poses off of one knee don't really work out too well because of that super splayed hip. You can get good crouching, I guess, poses. Again, very limited by what you can do because of those hips. So crouching, kneeling poses, that's kind of where you're sticking. You can pull off some fun dynamic poses, but it's not an action figure. It's got a few poses it can pull off. It does them very well, and that's about that. As far as collectability goes, there's no metal here and the toy doesn't transform. They prove to be pretty bad shelf warmers, although I did read on Toynami's site that they sold well enough to get a second production run, so there's that. Times were a little different back then. So yeah, you can nowadays get these things secondhand for a small fraction of what they originally cost. So somewhat decent display pieces, not really fun toys, and that's that. Visit anymoon.com. I'll have line art comparisons and some comparisons to other toys to give you a better feel of the scale of this toy. Thanks for viewing.